Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Oh My God Techie here. In today's video, we are going to be doing a lot of stuff to the GSR build. So the first thing we're going to be doing is putting on the oil pump. I tried doing it in the other video. If you guys watch that one, I had a really bad day because the Honda barn I bought was all dried out. So I actually went to the store and I bought Permatex the right stuff. Now this stuff was actually pretty expensive, but it's a pretty decent sized bottle and I'm going to be able to do basically all the gaskets on my engine with it. So that's obviously great. So after that, we are going to be putting on the water pump, and then we're going to be putting on the camshafts. Now we might not get everything done in one day because I'm actually waiting for a couple different seals, gaskets, and stuff like that. I'm waiting for the little cam seal for this. I'm waiting for the dowel pin and the little O-ring that goes in there. So it's probably not all gonna happen today, but it will all happen in this same video. So my plan for today is at least get the oil pump and the water pump on. So we're gonna clean the surface one more time, make sure it's all ready to go, and then we're gonna clean that up a little bit, and then we're gonna slap on the oil pump first and then the water pump. All right, so what we're gonna do first is put a nice little bleach bead around here, around the mating surface, and I'm gonna spread it out with my finger, make sure everything is off of here. Now there's also a little O-ring that goes here in the oil pump, which I have right here, and what I'm gonna do is coat this in a thin layer of RTV, slap it in there, and then we're gonna slap on the oil pump, and I'll tell you guys the torque specs once we have it on. Alright, so we ran into another problem yet again. So this torque wrench I actually rented from AutoZone, and good thing I checked this before I actually put on the gasket, because look at this. It just twists no matter which way I have it. Actually, if I have it this way, it kind of works, but that's loosening it. I don't need that. So if I go this way, look at that. Just goes both directions. So this thing's obviously a piece of crap. So I'm gonna have to go over there, tell them what's up, see if I can get a new one. And yeah, this sucks. All right guys, so we got a brand new torque wrench. Hopefully this one actually works. I kind of tested it in the store. Seems to be normal, but we'll see. So anyways, we're gonna put a little bead, like I said, spread it out with our finger, and we're gonna put it on, put the bolts on, and torque everything down. Alright, so once you have that, you want to go ahead and wipe all the excess out of here. You don't want to get that crap inside your oil. Alright, so we're ready to put it on. So there's little lines in here that you have to kind of line up. You'll see them. You can't really see it on camera, but there's a little flat piece, and then there's two flat pieces on the crankshaft. What you want to do is just line those up. You also might want to take a little screwdriver and make sure that the seal is in the right position all the way around. Don't poke it too much, but just enough to get it in. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So now what we're going to do, push it on a little bit more. We're going to get our bolts here. There's two big ones and two small ones. So the small one, the big ones obviously go on the bottom here, and the small ones go all the way around this. So I believe these are 12s and the other ones are 10s. Alright, so now for the torque specs. These 10s right here are actually 97 inch-pounds. So we're gonna do that right now. 96, 97. Hopefully this torque wrench works. So here we go. Alright, we're gonna start over here. Alright. These two bottom ones are 17 foot-pounds. Now, converting that into inch-pounds, it's actually 204. This one only goes up to 200, so I think what I'm gonna do is actually go all the way up to 200 on here, and then just give it a little bit more of a nudge after that. All right, boom. There it is. Got the oil pump on. Now before it dries, you want to make sure to grab this and just swipe it off with your finger, because that's where the oil pan gasket is going to go, and you do not want anything there. So do it on both sides. Swipe it till it's clean on both sides, just like that. All right, so now we're going to move on to the water pump. And if you're wondering, there's actually two different size bolts. There's two long ones and three shorter ones. The two long ones go here and here at the bottom, and then the three shorter ones just go around. I'll show you guys when I'm actually putting it in. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get the new water pump that we have here. Now make sure if it is a GSR motor that it has 22 teeth. The LS motors have 19 teeth, but the GSR motors have a 22 teeth. It's a different timing belt, so make sure you have the right one. I counted these, this is right. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and line the inside of this with a little bit of the right stuff. Not too much, just enough. And then we're gonna put in this rubber gasket that came with it, put it in, and then we're gonna wipe the excess clean, and then we are gonna slap it on. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the right stuff in there, and then we're gonna go and put this on, and we're gonna put it on. So we're just gonna go ahead and coat the gasket. I find it easier to actually just coat the actual gasket than it is to put it inside the water pump. This makes it a little bit easier. All right, so we got the water pump, wipe the excess off. Mainly the excess that's on the inside, because you do not want that getting into your cooling system, because that would be bad. All right, so there it is. So we're gonna slap it on. So like I said, there's two bolts, two bigger bolts. One goes up here, and the other one goes down here. Now the rest, let's go around. And these are all 10 millimeters. All right, so if you guys are going by torque spec, some people don't even torque these down the spec. You know, I don't even know if it's really necessary. I'm just doing it just because I want to make sure everything's right. But the torque spec for all these bolts is 104 inch-pounds. So you could also do, I think 104 inch-pounds is 8.7 foot-pounds. So you could do that as well. So there's 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. All right, so there's 104. We're gonna torque all these down. Make sure they're all tight first. Tight enough. All right, there it is. All right guys, so we got the water pump on and the oil pump on, all torqued to spec, ready to go. Now I am going to do a separate video on how to time a B series motor, because for some reason when I'm on YouTube, I honestly could not find anywhere with anybody telling how to do it in just a little quick video. I'm just gonna make a little 2-3 minute video showing you guys how to do it. It's not that hard. But that is once we get in the camshafts. So that's what we are going to be doing it next here. But like I said, I am still waiting on a couple parts. So we are going to be doing that tomorrow. Hopefully they come in tonight or tomorrow morning. Alright guys, so it's the next day and my parts actually did come in. Or at least the ones that I need. I don't need this. But right here we have the little dowel pin for the, you know, I'll show you guys when I put it in. And then it also comes with a little O-ring. Then over here we got the little cam seal. I got the P31. I know there's a different one, but this one I feel like seals a little bit better. So I went ahead and got this one. It should work, but if it doesn't, whatever. And then last but not least, I got a little gasket for the oil pickup and a little O-ring for the oil pump, which I'm not gonna need since I already had it, but it came in a little set, so why not? But yeah, so today we're gonna be finishing the assembly of the head. We're gonna put the camshafts in. Hopefully we're gonna find a way to get the actual cam gears off, replace the cam seals once they're on the head. And I got all the torque specs, I got a torque sequence for the camshafts. So that is what we're gonna be doing today. So here are the camshafts over here. We're gonna make sure they're clean. I actually have some assembly lube inside that I'm gonna use on those when putting it in. Now I'm also gonna check in here, make sure there's nothing stuck in there, like anything that's gonna scratch the camshafts. So I'm gonna clean all that out, go get the assembly lube, and then I'll be back and we will be putting in the camshafts. All right, so we got the little camshaft seal in. Now I know some people actually put RTV around this, but I think I'm just gonna leave it how it is for now. But if I have any problems in the future, if I have to replace it, then that's what I'll most likely do. But for now, I'm probably just gonna leave it like that unless one of you guys tells me otherwise. So that's in. Then over here we got the little dowel pin that goes right in here, and then we got the O-ring that goes right over it. So according to a lot of people online, this O-ring is actually very, very, very important. So what the heck is going on there? How come the dowel pin doesn't go in? Oh, never mind. I guess you have to actually push it in. But anyways, like I was saying, this VTEC, this O-ring right here is pretty crucial to your VTEC. So if you're rebuilding your head or you're taking it apart and you realize that that is missing, you might want to replace it. But anyways, I got the dowel pin in there. I guess you just had to push it in, and then I have the O-ring right there. And over here I got the bolts for the crankshaft, and I also have some engine assembly lube right here. I got the lube, whatever. So anyways, what we're gonna do is we are going to lube up the camshafts, get them in here. We're gonna lube up everything in here too, like the little arms up here. We're probably gonna put some in here. Just make sure nothing is gonna seize. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Make sure to put the camshafts in on the right side. Put them in, grab the little girdle things, put the bridges on, torque it down, and we're basically done with the head. Except for like I said, I have to replace the cam seals. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do that today without, you know, screwing it up. And I think it would be a lot easier once I have it in here and it's torqued down. All right, so I got the tip off. So we're gonna put a little bit on the rocker arms. All right, so there it is. That's what we have so far. You know, might want to put a little bit more right there actually, but it's basically all lubed up. Now it's time to lube up the camshaft, put it in. We'll do one at a time and we'll see how it goes. All right, this is where it's gonna get real dirty. All right, so we're gonna take the camshaft. Just gonna put a coat right here. Just like that, just to start off. Rotate it and do the same. All right, so this is in fact the intake. You could tell if it's the intake or the exhaust. The intake has that little cross on it, the exhaust doesn't. So this one goes on this side. There we go. All right, so there it is in there. We're gonna go ahead and do the same to the intake side, and then we're gonna put the little caps on and then the bridges and torque it all down. All right, so I got both of them in. I got the intake and the exhaust all lubed up and in there. Now I made sure just to make sure it says up right there, just to make it easier on myself when I'm doing the timing. But yeah, we're gonna put the little, gosh, I don't even know what, I guess camshaft girdles. That's what I'm gonna call them. The camshaft girdles and the bridges at the top now. So let's go ahead and do that. So luckily I have them all laid out right here from when I took it apart. So, you know, I don't have to worry about anything being mixed up. Now these actually all have arrows in them to make sure you're going the right way. So it's pointing that way, that one's pointing that way, and that one's pointing that way. They're also numbered, as you can see too. All right, so I got all the bolts on. They're just hand tightened for now, but now we're gonna be doing a torque sequence and torquing it down. So these 12mm ones right here, all the 12mm ones are actually going to be 20 foot-pounds, and then the 10mm ones right here are going to be 86 inch-pounds. So there's a torque sequence. I'll leave a link down below, but if I forget, just put it somewhere in the comments and I'll leave the link. But I'll just give you guys the gist of it right now. So what you're gonna do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So pretty simple. So let's go ahead, let's break out the torque wrench and let's do this thing. All right, so I got this thing set at 20 foot-pounds. You guys aren't gonna be able to see that, it's too small. But it's at 20 foot-pounds exactly. It's actually as low as this torque wrench goes. So let's go ahead and let's do this. So starting us off with number 1 here. You know, I'm just gonna tighten it just to make sure it's like even. All right. So we got the cam covers, they're all on, they're all torqued down, torqued to spec. I even put on these little things. I barely even tightened them. I don't even know what the torque spec is on these, but it's fine. It's just to hold in the valve cover. So Not really worried about that, but I probably will torque it to spec once I figure it out. But anyways, so we got it in, yes. All right, so this probably isn't the smartest way to take off the cam gear, but that's how I'm doing it. Just put a screwdriver through here, put a little towel in the thing, and then just take it off. Oh wait, this one's gonna be a little bit different. Like I said, that might not be the smartest way, but that's how I'm doing it. That's the only way I know how. Now when you're taking these off, you wanna make sure you don't lose this little key. It's in there, this little key, just like the one that goes on the crankshaft. But just make sure you don't lose that. All right, so I kind of screwed up here. I think I'm actually gonna have to take all this off and redo it because these are pretty much stuck in there and I don't want to mess with it, and it's gonna be too hard to get this back in. So it's not that much work. I'm just gonna take it all apart again, put these in, and then put it all back together. No biggie. All right, so we got them off. We put the brand new Felpro ones on, and we're ready to put it back together. All right, so now that we got that all taken care of, we're gonna be putting back on the cam gears. So I already put one on. Let's go ahead and put this one on. Make sure it lines up. Go ahead and put these bolts back on now. Any of these VTEC heads, as far as the B series go, these are gonna be torqued down to 41 foot-pounds. So we're gonna put these in, figure out a way to stop it from moving, and then torquing it down to 41 foot-pounds. So I think we're just gonna use the towel method again. Shove it up there. All right, there's 41. Doesn't damage at all, to be honest, so don't even be worried about it. But if something does happen, don't blame it on me. All right, there you go. 41 foot-pounds, baby. All right, guys, so there it is. It's all complete, ready to go, all torqued down. So the head is pretty much complete. All I need is the valve cover and to torque these down, actually. Might need a little bit more things. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't really looked at it. But also, if you guys know what this little hole is, let me know if it's just for oil or what, or if there's something that's supposed to go in there. That's on the intake side. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just something for the PCV. Not really sure. So yeah, guys, we got it all assembled. I'm pretty sure that's all we were gonna do. We got the water pump, the oil pump, we got the whole entire head on, we got the camshafts in, we got the brand new cam seals in. So I'm pretty happy right now. Like I said, I am probably gonna be doing a separate video on how to line up the timing, and I'll probably be doing that in the next video. So keep an eye out for that. Now, one thing I am a little bit disappointed, and something I kind of forgot to do, is put on the oil pan, the windage tray, and all that. But it doesn't really matter, I can flip it over. It's just a lot heavier now, so it's a lot harder to do that. But you can't even do the oil pan without having the main seal on and the oil pump. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, another step closer to having this engine done. So we are actually pretty close now. It's just a bunch of random stuff. Like, I actually bought a distributor the other day. It's in that box right there. Looks pretty nice. I don't really know how to test it, but I'm gonna open it up, just make sure everything looks good inside. But yeah, so pretty excited with today, obviously. And also we have to put on the VTEC solenoid. I actually have one inside. Waiting on the gasket though. So that's probably something we'll do in the next video. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already to follow the build. I'm going to be doing a lot more to my Integra after this build is finished. And yeah, so just stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.